Hi there, welcome back to the channel. I am glad to have you here today. I have put together a fresh digest of the most significant news from the world of artificial intelligence for you. So make yourself comfortable and let's get started. Today, we're diving into some truly tectonic shifts in the industry. We will talk about Yann LeCun's massive billion-dollar bet on a post-LLM future and why OpenAI is making the shocking decision to pull the plug on Sora. We'll also look at Europe's bold move toward computing sovereignty with Mistral AI, Meta's new silicon strategy to challenge Nvidia, and a breakthrough from DeepMind that is currently sending shockwaves through the stock market. It is a packed episode, so stay tuned. Yann LeCun's billion-dollar bet, the birth of Amulabs. We're starting with a move that might just redefine the entire trajectory of AI development. Yann LeCun, the chief AI scientist at Meta and a true pioneer of the field, has officially launched his own startup called Amulabs. What's truly staggering here is the scale. They have secured a record-breaking seed round of $1.03 billion. But it's not just the money that's turning heads, it's the philosophy. LeCun has been a vocal critic of the current obsession with large language models, or LLMs. He argues that simply predicting the next word is not a path to true intelligence. Amulabs is moving away from the LLM architecture entirely. Instead, they're focusing on what LeCun calls world models. The goal is to create AI that actually understands physical reality, gravity, dimensions, and cause and effect, making it optimized for high-level robotics rather than just generating text. If they succeed, we're looking at a leap from digital assistants to physical machines that can navigate our world with human-like intuition. It feels like we're witnessing the start of the post-GPT era, where the industry admits that words aren't enough to solve the hardest problems in robotics. The end of the Sora era. OpenAI shifts gears to Spud. In a move that no one saw coming, OpenAI is reportedly winding down Project Sora. Yes, the high-end video generation tool that dominated headlines just a year ago is being sidelined. According to Sam Altman, the astronomical costs of video inference, combined with relatively low profit margins, have turned Sora into a bit of a burden. Instead, OpenAI is shifting all available compute power toward a new mysterious model codenamed Spud. The focus of Spud appears to be economic automation. While Sora was a creative marvel, it was an expensive one. Spud is designed to be the ultimate worker, a model optimized for high-efficiency, low-cost execution of complex business tasks. It seems OpenAI has realized that while the world loves watching AI-generated movies, the real money is in replacing expensive white-collar workflows at scale. I personally find it fascinating. OpenAI is willing to kill its most glamorous product just to stay ahead in the race for pure utility and efficiency. It's a cold, calculated move that shows how competitive the landscape has become. Speaking of staying ahead, a quick remark between the news. If you're enjoying this format and want to stay up to date with everything happening in the AI world, please subscribe to the channel. It's free, and it helps me a lot to know that you are with us. Now let's get back to the updates.
Mistral AI and the quest for European sovereignty. While the US giants are battling over models, Europe is making a massive play for the physical infrastructure. Mistral AI, the pride of the French tech scene, has just raised $830 million in debt financing. But they aren't just hiring more researchers, they are building their own massive data center right outside of Paris. This is all about computational sovereignty. For too long, European companies have relied on American cloud providers like AWS or Azure to run their models. By building their own massive cluster of Nvidia chips, Mistral is ensuring that European data stays on European soil and under European control. This is a huge strategic move. It's not just about technology, it's about geopolitics. Mistral is positioning itself as the independent alternative for governments and enterprises that are wary of Silicon Valley's dominance. It makes me wonder if we are headed toward a fragmented splinter net of AI, where different regions have their own strictly guarded hardware silos. It is an expensive gamble, but for Europe, it might be the only way to stay relevant in the compute wars. Meta's Silicon Revolution. Enter the MTIA 400. Mark Zuckerberg is clearly tired of paying the Nvidia tax. Meta has just unveiled its next generation of custom silicon, the MTIA 400. These chips are already being deployed in Meta's data centers, and the goal is incredibly ambitious. Meta wants to reduce its dependence on Nvidia's hardware by 40% as soon as 2027. This isn't just a minor prototype, it's a full-scale deployment designed specifically to handle the massive ranking and recommendation workloads that power Facebook and Instagram, as well as their new generative AI features. Designing your own chips is one of the hardest things a tech company can do, but for Meta, the math is simple. When you spend billions every year on GPUs, building your own silicon eventually pays for itself. This move signals a broader trend. The big tech giants are becoming vertically integrated hardware companies. First, Google with TPUs, then Amazon, and now Meta is going all in. I'm curious to see how Nvidia responds to its biggest customers slowly becoming its biggest competitors. The hardware monopoly is finally starting to crack. DeepMind's TurboQuant, the algorithm that changed the market. Finally, we have to talk about a breakthrough from Google DeepMind that has sent the financial markets into a tailspin. They have released TurboQuant, a new compression algorithm that can speed up AI models by a factor of 8 without losing any accuracy. In the world of AI, quantization is the process of making models smaller and faster, but usually there's a trade-off in quality. TurboQuant seems to have solved that puzzle. The impact was immediate. Shares of major memory manufacturers like Samsung and Micron saw a significant dip following the announcement. Why? Because if models become 8 times more efficient, the desperate need for more and faster RAM might actually slow down. This is a software solution solving a hardware problem. It means we could soon run incredibly powerful models on local devices, like your phone or laptop, without needing a massive server farm. It is a reminder that in the world of AI, a single algorithmic breakthrough can be just as disruptive as a new billion-dollar chip. The big picture and the road ahead. Looking at all these stories together, a clear pattern emerges. We are moving away from the bigger is better phase of AI. Whether it's OpenAI focusing on the economics of Spud, DeepMind optimizing through TurboQuant, or LeCun looking for a smarter way to understand reality, the industry is maturing. The focus is shifting from what can AI do to how can we make AI efficient, sovereign, and physically grounded. The era of endless growth and hype is being replaced by the era of strategic infrastructure and real-world utility. That's all for today. Thank you for staying with us until the end. If this update was helpful, please give it a like. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments, which of today's news surprised you the most? Is it the end of Sora or the rise of AMI labs? I read every single comment. See you in the next episode.